I'd like to put you through a training exercise and see if that's what you do. Because I don't think that's what you will do. I think you either might kick back, you might try to escape, you might try to roll over, you might end up in a fetal position, but you're going to do something to protect yourself. It's human nature to do so. I say all of that as a precursor to what I want to talk about in terms of what we witnessed in Memphis now that we've seen the body cams. So let's first just describe who Tyre Nichols is. He's a 29-year-old. He was a motorist. He was pulled over. It was January 7th. The cop said he was driving recklessly. He did attempt to try to flee on foot. He was, in my opinion, aggressively beaten by the cops. And he died 3 days later in the hospital. So there's a summation. Now let's get into the details. The videos, the body cam footage, and footage from a surveillance camera that was in a neighborhood, that was released Friday evening. It shows this violent confrontation. Now, you should know that the videos were edited by the police department before they were released. The videos were shot somewhere between 8:24 and 9:02 p.m. the night of the traffic stop. You have 4 clips that run together, total about an hour. As I said, it includes body cam footage from 2 different locations. The first place where he was stopped, and then the second location after he finally was able to get up on his feet and run, where they finally captured him the second time. And there's also footage from a residential neighborhood in the home. There's a clip from a surveillance camera. There's also a surveillance camera mounted on a pole in that neighborhood. So I've gone through the video. In the video clip, he is pulled from his car and pushed to the ground. Now, it's unclear from the video whether he refused to get out of the car, which if he did, that's a mistake. But if he didn't refuse and he was just pulled from the car, that's a mistake, and that's a mistake on the cop's side. And he was pushed to the ground by a group of cops. And he's being pushed to the ground. He's claiming, I didn't do anything, which again is a natural reaction, but the cops don't care. You can hear him saying, as they are starting the beatings, you don't do that. All right, I'm on the ground. They're telling him to get on the ground, and he is on the ground. At one point, he appears calm and can be sitting, and you can see him in the video, sitting on the ground. And the officers, the cops, are yelling commands at him. Turn around right now. Get on the ground. There may be others. This is what I made in my notes. And with all these verbal commands coming at you, at night, your brain is now overloaded. You don't think you've done anything wrong, or maybe you have done something. But either way, all these things are running through your head, and you're getting all these different commands shouted at you. And he says in one part of the video, you can hear Tyre Nichols say, okay, you guys are really doing a lot right now. Please stop. I'm just trying to go home. And after Tyre is already on the ground, the cop can be heard saying, man, if you don't lay down. And before he can finish the sentence, Tyre Nichols responds and says, I am on the ground. The officer that's wearing the body camera appears to taser Nichols. Nichols at this point is struggling to get away. And here's where people can have differences of opinion. Should he have run away? I don't think he should have. But I'm also willing to say that if you already believe you shouldn't have been stopped, you're a young black man, you're in Memphis, and you're getting the feces kicked out of you and beat out of you, the natural tendency is to run. Whether you think that's lawful, unlawful, whether it turns out to be lawful or unlawful, all of that's for a court in a wrongful death suit, in the civil rights suit. That's all to be decided later. But I'm just saying that that's the natural tendency. So after several seconds on the ground, he does manage to get up and he does run down the street. And they make chase. And you can hear them say to the dispatch and to each other that they've deployed the taser, that the suspect's running down. They give a description of him. And then another cop arrives at an intersection with a bunch of others who appear to be out of breath. So they apparently are the ones that have been running. Sheriff's car pulls up and asks which way it was going. Let me go to a break, and we'll continue about what's going on. Hang tight. But speaking of self-defense, if, I conceal carry a weapon, and I do that because I believe in self-defense. But some people want to exercise self-defense, but they don't want to conceal carry like I do, and that's fine. That's why you need to know about Heroes products. Hero